Hey folks, this is Brian. Happy New Year. So we did get to play last night. We quit about 11:30ish so that everybody could go back and celebrate the New Year. We actually started early too, and the live plays in the description if you're into that kind of thing. But we were one player could not make it because he had plans for the New Year and was not able to hook on, and two of the players were able to log on early. So that's why we started early, although we had a third player that came in at a regular starting time. So um, the priestess is in the earth elemental and it's going under the foundation wall here in this under part. And so I do the suffocation rules. The first round she's holding her breath, no problems. But the second round she missed her saving throw, con times 5. So she starts taking damage to her chest. It's going to take two or three melee rounds to get her to the surface, and she's taken damage. And she ended up, well, her allied spirit had heal 3, so it's doing heal 3 on her every time she's taking damage. By the time she gets to the surface, though, she's at -8 in her chest, so she's unconscious and losing 1 point per round. So I did 2-point healing to stop the bleeding. Although it's not really bleeding, but continue damage kind of thing. So she's on the surface, has 5 hit points, but is unconscious. So the players are in this. It's not really the basement because there is an actual basement here in this underground part, and they're watching her go. So I was thinking, okay, they'll follow that to see where she's going, kind of thing. And the village is out there, and so there'll be lots of conversation, and they'll figure out what they're doing and try and take care of her and that kind of stuff. But no, the players decide we need to find where the chieftain's being held, and they know there's beings up in the second level, so they go exploring instead. Oh, I wasn't ready for the exploration, so I had to, and you'll see a number of times in the video if you watch the live play where I'm digging through papers trying to find the character sheets for all the creatures and monsters and stuff, because there's some weird stuff going on here. She's recruited a bunch of trollkin to help them with something, don't know what, and she brought back some skeletons from the. Actually, she didn't. It was the priest brought back skeletons from the marsh to guard entrance to his abode. So they go searching through. They know there's 4 more people that have these passion spirits. In fact, the Trollkin probably should have had passion spirits. As I was rethinking things, they probably should have passion spirits too, but too late. They're back there, so they finally find where these individual meditation cells are, and they're trying to be political about this. So they open the doors, there's a person there, and they kind of say, do you love the mistress, kind of thing, trying to get these people to invoke, whether or not they're possessed or not. And sure enough, there's 5 cells here, 4 of them have people in it. The 5th one is completely empty. And okay, these guys are possessed. They're not really going to fight them. Although there's one that got suspicious of them, and afterwards went to go find the priestess, but of course wasn't able to because she's not where she should be, kind of thing. So they go up the stairs. There's stairs up and stairs down, and there's a back door. It goes out to the back parts where they bring in supplies and stuff. Is through that area. And so they go upstairs, and there's another big storage area, but it's been turned into a torture chamber. They would question people here using enhanced techniques. So there's a table. There's kind of a makeshift rack kind of thing, and there's manacles and stuff like that for trying to get information out of people I'm assuming to find out what they may know about the temple or people who've disappeared and that kind of thing, trying to keep things on the down low, sort of. But they're searching around. Are there traces of blood? They're looking for. Well, okay, yeah, there'll be traces of blood. They'll be hurting people, but just it's not like pools of blood or anything, and nothing's new. And from there, they go through a door that goes to a small hallway that opens into a conference room kind of thing. There's a big table and chairs all around it. There's another door out of here. They go through that, and it's another storage room, which actually has a door that connects to the stairwell area. This is where all the temple accoutrements are, right? So there's extra curtains. There's all kinds of votive images here. There's decorations and celebratory stuff and ritual tools and all that kind of stuff here, right? But this is a problem that I've gotten in controlling and clarifying with my players. Okay, open the door. Do they all come running in? Because if y'all come running in, things can happen, right? So okay, open it up, and then I mentioned had to make scan rolls, and 2 of them made scan rolls because okay, nothing here. But they noticed that there are piles of bones on the floor between these shelving units and stuff, and going, what's this all about? And so instead of just closing the door and going back, they're staying there to look around again. They're skeletons. And they stand up. What kind of bones are they in? Are they animal bones or human bones? And okay, you're going in the room. You're actually looking around. Then okay, right? So the skeletons come up. When the skeletons come, okay, they start talking. Well, we need to back out. One of them made another scan roll to notice that there was a door on this wall to their right. Okay, back in. They close the door, push the table up against it. Skeletons pound on it. Back into the storage area, torture chamber, and there's another door in this room, and that's it. And they do notice, because they start asking questions about the area we've covered now. Is this the entire second floor of the temple? And it's not, because there's stuff to the south they have not been able to access to. But they go next door, open it up, and it's a dormitory. Number of little cot beds, wood frame, rope box sprig with a straw-filled mattress, right, and a wool blanket kind of deal, right? But it's completely black, so there's no windows here, no lights. They open the door, Restra's right there, and she gets peltered. There's 9 Trollkin in here with slings. She gets peltered with 8 of those. One which it was actually a critical hit. Not that really matters much with Trollkin since they don't have a damage bonus. So I decided that crushing weapon specials, one to do a special as well. If you got 0 damage bonus, you just upgrade the damage bonus area. And they were all 0, so they went to a D4. So they got an extra, those 2, there's 1 special, 1 crit, got an extra D4 of damage to help, give some oomph to it. But she got peltered, took her leg down, and she went unconscious. So there's one of the weapon things left there. He grabs her, pulls her out of the way, and everybody just kind of backs out, and they start going, what are we going to do now? So they're going to set up a shield wall, fighting in a formation, page 222 in the blue book, with Restra and Angrelar to go in and see what they can see. They put, David grabs one of the lamps that's here to get it lit and put it inside the room so they can see sunlight. So they can see there's movement back there. They can tell there's, David's looking around, you can see there's little creatures that are back there. But lights on the floor, it only goes so far, right? It's not a bullseye lantern like the lantern in the book is, right? It's just a lamp. More than a candle, though. So, I kind of figured out, okay, from this point on, you can't really see what's going on, but from here up, you can see there's people moving around, that kind of thing. And they're ducking down behind these beds. And so I get the shield wall set up, and the weapon thing pulls out his composite bow. So they line up on the door so that Subutai goes out, makes a shot, backs up, the weapon thing behind him, steps out, makes a shot, steps back. When the slingers go, right? So they get out there, slingers sling, arrows get shot out. Arestra did bring the lamp with her and put it down on top of one of the beds so there's more light and they can see further. So there's 9 of these things, and they can tell, okay, they're trollish, right? Subutai is the only one here who's actually game time been involved with Trollkin, so he knows what a Trollkin is. Most people, they know about trolls and Trollkin, so they could put it together, and the players did. So they get peltered. Most of them went to Anglar, but with the shields and stuff like that, he's got plate arms and legs, so he doesn't get hurt that bad. A couple points, I think, total. They see what's going on, so they back out. Okay, what we're going to do? And they decide to take the table, because the door opens into this room. So they bring the table and just block it, right? And they were thinking, well, if we got a piece of rope, we could ratchet around the door handle thing, because I've been visualizing, your gate handle, right? A little wood handle with a lever, thumb lever, flicks a little lever, just so things stay closed, right? And if actually have a lock, it's a bar coming down. But they figure if we get the rope tied around them, we can tie it around the leg of the table, and that will keep everything shut up. But they don't have rope, so they just block the thing with the door. And the doors, will Trollkin eventually be able to climb up and out? Yeah, they will. But from here, at about this point, oh, I forgot. The 2 shaman spirit combat with the priestess. Okay, she's now conscious. Previously, she was conscious. She went down because of her abdomen damage. They healed the abdomen, and she's being pulled away. And it was probably allied spirit, cast Glamour, which they know. So that shot her charisma up, which increased her spirit combat damage significantly. And she rolled a special, and they rolled a regular success and a failure. So they're both taking physical damage too. I forgot to roll for that. But they took double spirit combat damage. She's doing 2d6 plus 3 now, so that's 4d6 plus 6. Wham! They both went down. Now, they did have spirit screen up, which one of the players had forgotten was there. So it turns out that the Umakti shaman, in fact, had 1 magic point left, but the other one went negative. So his spirit goes back to the spirit world. I assume goes right back to the body. We had the Umakti shaman come escort him, get him there, make sure he's okay, and then come back. And I figured it would take like 22 rounds to do that. And I kind of was guessing how far back they were. So about this time, the Umakti shaman shows back up. He says, hey, the priestess is on the ground out front. She's unconscious. So at that point, they go down and out front, see what's going on. Villagers are there. One of the players mentioned something about taking the priestess with them. And at that, the village kind of, what are you talking about? We're thankful you've done all this and you freed us from these passion spirits and that you're here to help and all this stuff. But hey, she's ours. We'll take care of her, that kind of thing. She'll go through our justice system. And then there's, they get her to her room and there's a little confession thing. And I used the Pendragon traits to help give me some kind of personality for the NPCs. And she is lazy and reckless, and so that's why I saw that's what that drove her when she encountered the serpent spirit on her getting easy power kind of stuff, right? But then the passion spirit gets involved and things got out of control at that point, and she's trying to do stuff. And so did she do things that were contrary to what she would normally do? Probably, but it was all in defense of the spirit thing. So a few things kind of changed on how I envisioned her during play, because originally I was thinking she was a bad guy, and she's been doing bad things. And there was a part where she was fighting back, but she was defending herself. She got attacked, so we kind of talked that through. That that's why she attacked back. She was being attacked. And they go through this whole confession thing, and she spiels out some stuff. And then somebody will mention them. She go, "Oh, that's right." And so they bring the chieftain and his bodyguard out. They were in an underground prison. There's actually a newling down there by an underground stream guarding the air holes. They're there. And bring her out. Or bring them out. And there's more discussion on things, and starts discussing about baboon entourage that came, and she warns the players that she's probably gone to that baboon guy to get vengeance on you guys. And there's discussion about entourage, about presence, and then I reminded the players about, remember that guy in the tunnel said, did he send you? She's not going to get involved with his abominations, that kind of thing, right? That helped pull them in, thankfully, into the next chapter of this campaign. Next day, they get ready together, and the clan chieftain with the clan leader clears out the skeletons and the Trollkin, and they begin undoing the desecration damage that was done to the temple. The high priest of the temple, though, is still nowhere to be seen. Has not come back. They don't know where he is. He's still out there somewhere, and he still is possessed. But the hermit shaman is going to the two shaman get together, they clear out the rest of everybody's got patch of spirits taken care of, so that's all gone, taken care of. But he's going to stick around and wait specifically for the high priest to come back so they can try and exercise his passion spirit as well. So that pretty much ends this scenario. And I could have done a better job of rune questing. The scenario is actually N1 against the Cult of the Reptile God. That was the base for all this stuff. I redid most of the maps, and of course had to throw things out left and right, and then try, how does this fit in Glorantha kind of thing, and would this make sense, kind of stuff, like the torture chamber. As soon as I read torture chamber and said that out loud, I go, no, they wouldn't have done that. That was left over. C'est la vie. So, I need to figure out how long it takes back to clear wine. Roll some random encounters on the way. I know they have at least one. But we'll pretty much start the session, depending on what the encounter is, at Clearwine, doing the end of season phase. And from there, we'll see what goes on, because the Serpent Spirit does want retribution against the players. And it turns out that the baboon guy does, in fact, know the players, because he's done some retribution against the players because they killed one of his enhanced creatures. He's the guy who sent the spider-possessed people against the players that ended up killing one of the previous Daven character, the previous sorcerer. So we'll see what happens. Happy New Year. Happy gaming.